Hello and welcome. We're going to show you a few yoga poses and stretches to support you with a little easefulness if you suffer from lower back pain or back pain in general. So I'm going to invite you to find a comfortable seat here, and that might be with the legs crossed. You might find that you prefer to sit on your heels, or you might choose to bring the legs extended out in front of you. If you feel that the hips are a little tight, we can use a bolster, a block or a cushion to bring a little bit of lift. So releasing through the hips and allowing us to soften a little more into the pose. Inviting the hands to rest comfortably on the knees or the thighs, and just drawing the navel back ever so slightly as we press the sit bones down towards the ground. We can welcome a lengthening through the spine as we invite the crown of the head to gently draw itself up towards the sky, rolling the shoulders back a little and inviting openness through the front of the heart. When you take your next inhale, look to sweep the arms up nice and high, without hunching the shoulders, maybe lifting the gaze, lifting the heart space. And slowly come back down as you exhale. Really allow the breath to work with the body movement. Take the arms wide and high, inhale. And lowering back down as you exhale. We'll take one more like that. Take the arms wide and high, take an inhale here. And lowering back down as you exhale. We'll keep your left hand down towards the ground and sweep the right arm up and over as we come into side stretch. We'll keep that right sit bone nestled into the ground, so we're not rolling over at all. We'll reach the right fingers up and over to the left corner of your room and just gently invite a stretch through the whole of that right side. Take a nice deep, slow, steady breath and welcome some space through the ribs and the intercostal muscles. Bringing the arms back through center on the inhale, and this time your right hand will come down towards the ground as we nestle in through the left sit bones and the left arm will come up and overhead. We're not looking to round or curve the spine or the shoulders to a nice open heart space. Just take a few breaths here. Just checking in and making sure that the hips in your seat is comfortable, taking any adjustments that you need, and maybe moving and wiggling a little if you need to. You're going to take the arms back up nice and high, take an inhale, adding a little twist this time to relieve. Take that right hand to left hip as you bring the left hand over towards the back of the body. So from this side view, you'll see that the hand rests on the thigh, and that left hand can just nestle into the lower back or in towards the mat. Rolling that left shoulder back, pulling the navel in as you exhale a little deeper into your twist. You might take the head over the left shoulder and maybe follow with the gaze. Just taking a breath here. And then we'll sweep back through center, take the arms up nice and high. And this time twisting that over to the right. Your left hand to right thigh as the right hand comes maybe around the back body, or maybe palm to sacrum. Just taking a few breaths here as we soften through the shoulders, rolling and teasing that right shoulder back, maybe following with the head and maybe the gaze. Keeping the core activated and engaged to support the lower back as we welcome twist. Inviting the body to come back through center, keep the arms low. Then we'll bring the hands down towards the ground, coming into our table pose. We're going to take some rounds of cat-cow. So from here, we're going to just move with the breath. As we come into cow pose on the inhale, lifting the head, lifting the tailbone. Inviting the heart space forward, the belly drops. Exhaling as we pull the navel in and invite a beautiful arch within the spine as we bring the crown and the tailbone down towards the ground. Rolling into your cow pose on the inhale. And then into your cat on the exhale. Just take one more like that. We'll take cow pose on the inhale. Slow and steady, smooth flow flow. And welcome your cat on the exhale. Coming back into a neutral tabletop pose, I'm going to invite you to tuck the toes and press in through the toes, take the tailbone back as we welcome our downward facing dog. So we're spreading the fingers and gently pressing through the palms. As much of a bend in the knees as you need to support the lower back. As we invite and encourage the heels to the ground, we can lift the tailbone back and up, gently pressing through the palms to welcome a stretch through the underarm and through the front of the chest. Just take a breath here as you allow the head to just hang heavy. And from here you can either walk the hands towards the feet to come into your forward fold, or another option would be to just simply step, hop or jump the feet forward. Pressing down through the balls and the heels of the feet, lifting the tailbone, a subtle bend in the knees as you allow the upper body to just simply hang. Wiggling through the shoulders and releasing any tension through the neck, maybe nodding the head yes or no. Allowing this forward fold to release and lengthen the spine. We can press in through the knees and slowly begin to uncurl as we come into a standing pose. As the spine begins to uncurl, inviting the shoulders back and the crown of the head just gently lifts. Coming into standing here. Just making sure that there's nothing at the back of your mat. We'll just take a little salutation here so we can begin to welcome a little fluidity and movement in through our practice. We'll take the arms up nice and high as you take an inhale, mountain pose. And welcome your forward fold as you exhale, as much of a bend in the knees as you need to support the lower back. Come into halfway lift on the inhale as you roll the shoulders back and create a nice flat table shape with the back of the body. As you come into forward fold, we'll take that right leg back, slowly bringing the right knee down towards the ground. Just making sure that that left knee is over the ankle, not too far forward, but not too far back. You can either bring a nice box shape in through the legs, you might choose to extend that right knee back a little, or you might choose to tuck the toes and bring that back knee off the ground. It's all about listening to your body and your personal preferences. So from here, we're going to sweep the arms up nice and high. You might bring them towards the knees or bring them up and overhead. And we can take a twist to the left-hand side. Again, the arms might come wide. They might rest on the knee and the sacrum. Pulling the navel in, just welcoming a gentle twist to whatever feels good for you. Just take a couple of breaths here. And then we'll come back through centre, sweep the arms up. Take the hand down towards the ground as we take that left foot back, come into your plank pose. And either coming down to the ground straight down, or you can bring your knees, your chest and your chin down towards the ground. Keeping the elbows tucked in towards the side ribs, the bottom stays high. As we bring the hips towards the ground, we'll push and bring the heart space forward, keeping that bend in your knees, welcoming a cobra pose. And then we can press through the hands and knees or tuck the toes and come back into your downward facing dog. This time we'll take that right foot forward as we bring the left knee down. And again, using a box shape, either taking that left knee back or maybe taking that left knee off the ground, whichever is your preference. Sweeping the arms up nice and high on the inhale. And we'll take a twist towards the right hand side this time as you exhale. Welcoming the twist, and again exploring different variations for what the body might need. Beautiful. Sweep that right arm forward, take the arms up high, and then as we bring the hands down towards the ground, we're just going to take that right foot back, come back into your plank pose, and slowly make your way down towards the ground. Welcoming the locust pose for a lower back compression, we're going to take the arms down by the sides as we bring the forehead towards the ground. We can bring the big toes together, take the heels wide, soften in through the glutes. And as you inhale, prepare to move the body. Exhaling to roll the shoulders back, lift the heart space, engage the core. And we're welcoming a little compression here through the lower back, strengthening the muscles. Come back down as you inhale. And slowly begin to lift on the exhale. We'll take a few more moves like that, inhaling as we bring the forehead down. And exhale to lift. Come back down on the inhale. This time you might add the arms into lift as well. So as you exhale, teasing the fingers back as though you're trying to reach the wall behind you. Back down on the exhale. With an option to add the legs this time, take an exhale, teasing the toes and the fingers towards the wall behind you. The arms and the thighs are strong and engaged, nice and active through the core and the glutes. And come down towards the ground. Bringing the hands underneath the shoulders, and again active core as we press in through to table pose. And our final pose will be child's pose, nice and slow and steady, so we can allow a stretch through the lower back. You might want to stay in your child's pose a little while longer, or slowly bringing yourself back up to a comfortable seat. As you soften in through the sit bones and allow the crown of the head to lift, lengthening through the spine, and taking a deep breath here, in through the nostrils, filling the chest, filling the belly. And exhale with a gentle sigh. Taking as many breaths as you need to allow the body to come into relaxation and rest.